Hi class, for this video, we are going to just continue our discussion regarding representations of functions. So there are different ways on how functions are represented. So una, yung ating part 1 video which is ordered pairs and table of values ang representation ng ating relation, and we identify if this relation is a function. Now let's proceed with graph. So how are we going to identify if the given graph is a function? So gagamitan daw po natin ito ng ating tinatawag na vertical line test. So, ano po bang ibig sabihin nito? A graph daw po that represents a function if and only if each vertical line intersects the graph at most once. Isang beses lang daw po. So, for this example, ayan, may diagram tayo sa baba. Makikita mo na as you draw a line o vertical line, isang beses lang siyang tumatama dun sa graph mo. So, this is therefore a graph of a function. Hindi lang po natin alam particularly kung anong specific kind of graph ito, pero definitely, using vertical line test, we can say that this is a graph of a function. So, let's have an example. Between A and B, which of the following graphs can be graph of a function? So, obviously, madali lang naman po yan through vertical line test. Ayan. Draw ka kahit saan. Makikita mo naman that for letter A, definitely when you draw a vertical line, it only intersects or touch your graph once. So, this is a function. Sa letter B naman, yes, dito Bart, siguro masasabi mo na ay, tumama lang po siya ng isang beses. Pero sa other parts, as you draw vertical line, makikita mo sa letter B that hindi siya tumama ng isang beses, kundi more than one. So, this is not a function. So, let's examine yung letter A. Kung natatandaan nyo, this graph, you have encountered this graph nung kayo ay junior high school. Kung mapapansin mo, straight line or ito po ay graph ng isang linear equation, or particularly kasi function siya, this is a graph of a linear function. So that is, ano po ba ang representation natin ng linear equation? Meron tayong ax plus b, wherein yung x natin is yung x exponent niya is 1. Then, dahil function siya, express lang po natin siya into y is equal to the linear form. So, letter B, that is an ellipse. So, hindi po natin muna yan i-discuss particularly. So, punta na tayo sa next example. Dito naman, we have options C and D. So, examine natin alin po dito ang function. So, again, using vertical line test, ayan, draw ka lang na dyan, kahit saang part ng graph. Check mo kung may tumama bang isa or more than one. Ayan, mapapansin mo, obviously, that letter C is a function and letter D is not a function. Then again, let's examine yung letter C. Kung natatandaan nyo, this is a graph which is what you call a parabola. And ang parabola ay graph siya ng quadratic equation or quadratic, particularly kasi function siya, so therefore, this is a graph of a quadratic function. So, ang quadratic, ang form niya is ax squared, highest exponent of x is 2, plus bx plus c. Then, dahil function nga po siya, so express natin siya in equal to y. So, napakadali lang pong mag-examine or magtingin sa graph kung alin po ba dito ang function. We will just use vertical line test. So, that's it po for this video. Next, we're going to discuss naman po how to assess equations if the given equation is a function.